Hey everyone, it's Mike. Before we get started with the show, I wanted to mention it's clear that we've made a lot of changes to the content that we've been creating this year, and we want your thoughts on how we're doing. You can find us on X or YouTube and take our 2024 survey. We really appreciate all the feedback. 5 respondents are going to win a free Mongols hat, so please go check that out. We really want to know what you think. Find us on X or YouTube. Click on the 2024 survey. We appreciate it. Okay, on with the show. Welcome, everyone, to Mongols Pregame'n edition. This is where we spend a few minutes chatting with the team prior to the next matchup. Joining me for this one is a man who's been doing the hard work and was finally rewarded with his first goal as a Hound this past weekend. It's Langston Blackstock. Langston, how's it going, man?
I'm doing good. Happy to be on the show. Even happier about the last 2 wins. Let's just try and keep it going.
For sure, man. Congrats on the last 2 wins and congrats on the first goal. Watching that back, it felt like you deked like 16 times. Walk us through that play and how it sort of broke down and developed for you.
Yeah, I mean, this year I've been up for corners, so I kind of was just in the mix, and then ball gets recycled out. Luke plays me, and I'm just like, I just get it, and I'm just trying to get a little bit of space, try and get something towards goal or in the box. I didn't even know what it was, and just happened to went in, and I was too happy.
Were you trying to shoot, or were you trying just to put it back in front of the net?
I I don't even know. It was all happening so quick. I just was trying to get good contact on it, and kinda whatever happened, happened, and luckily it
Great
went in.
success, man. It went in. Yeah,
Yeah.
the hard work paid off, so that's good. That's good. Um, you obviously joined the team last season as a striker. The team still lists you as a forward on the site, even though you're not a forward. What was your reaction when Bob started playing you as a wingback?
Yeah, I think in college, I started off as a number 9, but towards my latter years, I was more of a winger, and I think I tried here up top, and I did well, obviously, if Bob signed me, and then, yeah, we had meetings, and he was more telling me, like, "We know you're capable of playing through the center. We do kinda see you as a wider guy, like, being on the
Hmm.
wings and something like that." So, yeah, last year we played a 3-5-2 for the majority of the season, and so there's no wingers, and yeah, I think it just kinda ended up that that was where I was gonna be for the season, and I just was happy to play. I mean, it's my rookie year, so and it's kinda stuck.
Yeah, and it's stuck well. You've really been thriving in that position. We mentioned Bob. You are in the fortunate position of sort of standing right next to him for at least a half each game. What is it like being the closest player to Bob and just having him sort of shouting all the time?
It's I mean, I don't know how much you guys hear, but it's always interesting for sure. Bob is really demanding, so when you're on his side, you're the closest, so you tend to hear it the most, and yeah, oftentimes, sometimes he's yelling at me to yell at other people, and so I try and just make sure my actions are matching what he's saying as well as what I'm communicating to my teammates. So yeah, it's always interesting. I think this year I've kind of become accustomed to it. So
Yeah. It feels like the past few weeks. We talked to Robbie Mertz last week, and he was sort of saying that there's been this subtle shift that has sort of freed him up to play a little bit more in the middle. It seems like along with that shift, you've sort of been given the freedom to stay a little bit higher up the field. Is that are we reading that right? Is that something that has happened? And do you like playing further up, or do you like to hang back a little bit more?
I mean, I'm still listed as a forward, so as much as I can, I try and get up there and get into the action. And yeah, I think me and Robbie, we understand each other, and so a lot of times, he's obviously like a more of a center mid 10 type, but he's played out wide a lot. So I always tell him, if you're gonna go inside, just know I'm gonna come and I'm gonna take that space that you're leaving for me. So I think it's just worked out amazing, and it's allowed for me to be a lot higher, and also it's allowed for Robbie to really play make in the middle and pull the strings.
Yeah, for sure. Another big win this past weekend. What's the team's response been like this week at practice?
Yeah, I think it's kind of business as usual. We try not to get too high. We try not to get too low with the way the season's been going this year. But definitely, we said from the beginning of this homestand we want to get as many points as possible, and I think the message still stands, whether it's game 1 or game 4. So yeah, we're still trying to get all three. I think we need all three, and we're kind of determined to get all three.
It sounds like you guys were afforded at least a day off. I saw lots of pictures from Pirate games and things like that. Did you do anything fun this week?
Yeah, I went down to Maryland to see Annapolis for a little bit, and it was good, just a little refresher, and I came back feeling ready and rejuvenated.
Nice. Loudoun are coming in this weekend off sort of a bit of a run. They hadn't lost in 8 games, and then they obviously lost midweek to the Battery. Thoughts on what they might bring to Highmark? Anything you guys are keeping an eye out for?
Yeah, I mean, Loudoun's always action-packed, high possession, high attacking team, and so I think we're expecting that. I mean, we know that no matter whether Loudoun's in 10th place or they're in second place, it's never going to be an easy fixture. We're always going to have to come out of work. So I think we're kind of expecting that, just to give the same performance defensive wise, and also get forward and get some goals, because that's what's been the key to the success recently.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Langston, it's been a pleasure talking to you and watching you for the past season and a half. Best of luck here moving forward. Here's hoping that we can sort of keep this run rolling and get another 3 points this weekend.
Definitely. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. And thanks to everyone else for watching and listening. We will be back with more Hounds content very, very soon.